Welcome everybody. My name is Anil and today we talk about training ourselves in emotional intelligence to shore up our life skills. What is emotional intelligence? For that matter, what is cognitive intelligence? Emotional intelligence is our ability to observe, understand, manage, and monitor our own feelings and emotions as well as of the people around us. Emotional intelligence is our ability to observe, monitor, and manage our own emotions and that of the people around us. What is cognitive intelligence? Cognitive intelligence is what happens in our head, how intelligent we are, how much mark we scored in the examination, in what sort of flying colors we came out of the test. That is cognitive intelligence. Small smarts are really good people, but they need not necessarily be excellent in the work they do or the life they live. We need something more, something to top it up. So school smarts are cognitive intelligent people, while people smart are those who are emotionally intelligent. What you need is a form of social intelligence that involves the ability to monitor one's own emotions and feelings, discriminate, and then use this information of our emotion and feeling to guide one's own thinking for the benefit of one and all, for the benefit of society, community, team at large. Developing emotional intelligence will make you more kind and nice person. Developing emotional intelligence will make you successful at work. Developing emotional intelligence will make you a leader, will make you stand apart. To maintain success in whatever you do, you need to nurture and develop relationships. Relationship with people around, your own team, your bosses, your subordinates, your stakeholders, your colleagues, your competitors. To maintain and nurture relationships with other humans, you need emotional intelligence because only people can help you along the way. So what are the components or aspects or stages of emotional intelligence? Self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, social skills are all different aspects of emotional intelligence. Basically, emotional intelligence is nothing but relationship management. Relationship with ourselves, relationship with others, the emotions and feelings that come into play. What is self-awareness? Self-awareness can be looked at from three different angles: emotional self-awareness, accurate self-assessment, and self-confidence. What is self-awareness? It is our ability to know ourselves. It's our ability to understand our feelings. It is our ability to understand the feelings and emotions of another person, one or more, in our team, in our family, in our country. Emotional intelligence or emotional self-awareness is the ability to know yourself and understand your feeling. If you are able to understand your strengths and weaknesses, if you are able to do a SWOT analysis of yourself and of the people around you, then that is accurate self-assessment or accurate assessment. Accurate emotional assessment is ability to do an analysis of your strength and weakness of you and the people whom you interact with. What is self-confidence? Self-confidence is the ability in yourself, trust in yourself, confidence in yourself, and your willingness to put yourself forward. If you are self-confident, you will be willing. If you are self-confident, you will come forward. If you are self-confident, you will put forth your resources. So, knowing what you are capable of, trusting in yourself is self-confidence. Self-awareness constitutes emotional self-awareness, self-assessment, and self-confidence. What is self-management? Self-management is of different types. Emotional self-control. What is emotional self-control? It is emotional maturity. It is an ability to control your feelings. It is ability to control you expressing your feelings. Your ability to control your expression of your emotions. That is emotional self-control. You control your emotions and feelings. You control the expression of your emotions and feelings. You help others control their expression of their emotions and feelings. That is emotional self-control. What is achievement? Achievement is goal orientation. You are looking towards your objectives, you are looking towards your games, you are looking towards your goals, you are looking towards your ambition, and you are able to focus your emotions and feelings towards that goal. You are able to focus your efforts towards achievement of that goal. You are able to focus your resources by monitoring your emotions and feelings and directing them towards your achievement of the specific goal. What is initiative? Initiative is not just being self-motivated, not just starting, not just being proactive, but having the ability to keep working despite setbacks. Initiative is not just being proactive or self-motivated or just being a self-starter. It is the ability to keep working in spite of setbacks, despite the setbacks. That means you keep your emotions and feelings in control and focus yourself towards the goal and keep working. What is transparency? Transparency is not being opaque, not being hard, being fair, being honest, being open, being a person having the ability to interact with integrity, interact with trustworthiness, interact with fairness. Transparency is being trustworthy. What is adaptability? Adaptability is the ability to adjust. Adjust how? By having resilience. Resilience is what? Ability to change course when necessary, but to get up and keep going when you fall down. Adaptability is the ability to get up and keep going when you fall down. What is optimism? Optimism is being positive. Positive outlook towards the setbacks and the issues that you face in life. Again, controlling your emotions and feelings and hoping for the best and preparing for the success when you know something worst might be waiting at the doorstep. That is optimism. Let's have a look at self-awareness. It is empathy, service orientation, and organizational awareness. These are what constitutes social self-emotional awareness. What are these? These are the ability to form connections with others. Empathy is able to understand the feelings and emotions of another person, feel same as the other person, experience the emotions same as the other person, not just understanding, not just appreciating, but feeling the same, stepping into their own shoes. It is understanding and acknowledging their pain and pleasure. That is empathy. Service orientation is being service minded, being helpful, willing to assist, contribute to the group effort, display good listening skills, be part of the group, be part of the commune. That is service orientation. Give to the community more than what you take. That is service orientation. What is organizational awareness? Is awareness of the family, awareness of the team, awareness of the company, awareness of what? That is ability to explain yourself, ability to explain what you stand for, your missions and visions, being aware of how you are doing under pressure, being aware of what emotions and feelings are impacting and influencing your efficiency and effectiveness, being aware of your ability to comprehend what's happening around and explain it to the audience. That is the awareness. What is relationship management? The social skills sum up as relationship management. They are multifaceted, multifold, multiple angles. The inspirational leadership, influencing skills, management of conflicts, being a catalyst to change, being a coach and a mentor, and helping or working as a team, that is collaborating. What do we mean by this? Relationship management means being a good mentor, being a good role model, being an authority figure, being an influence leader, being an opinion leader. Not leading by authority or power, but leading by examples. Not leading by preaching, but by precepts, by practice. Doing what you say, walking the talk. It also means articulating the points in persuasive ways. Influencing is articulating your points in persuasive ways. That is clearly and effectively motivate by convincing them, not coercing, not confusing, but convincing them about the benefits of the teamwork. Conflict management. When two or more human beings interact, there will be conflicts. The individual goals, the individual ambitions, the individual objectives need not necessarily be in line with that of the company or the community. So what do? We have to manage the conflict. We have to iron out the differences. We have to ensure our actions are having the community or company as a priority vis-a-vis our own personal ambitions. How do we manage this conflict? We need to have skills to improve the relationships. We need to build skills to negotiate. We should learn the skills to lead. We should have the ability to settle disputes. We should have the ability to iron out the misunderstandings. We should have the ability to bring around people together into one common understanding. How do we coach and what do we mentor? We should have the capability to recognize the talent in others. We should be willing to support others. We should help them at the times for the need for change. We should help the team to make it happen. This is also what we call as a servant leadership. As a leader, as a manager, what you do is to help your team achieve the team's goals. It is not that the team works for you to reach your goals. You work to help the team reach their goals. You coach them, you train them, you help them, you provide them the assistance, you provide them the tools, you provide them the training, you help them with the skills. That is to coach and mentor so that they grow, the team grows, and the organization grows. That is the role of a leader. What is teamwork and collaboration? We need to recognize that helping others is the only way we can help ourselves. We need to understand that the skills and knowledge that we give others and give to the team is the only way we can together achieve our goals. One man, one person can do nothing. As a team, we can do everything. That is what the emotional intelligence relationship management aspect means. Then comes the social skills. Social skills is built up of awareness, is built up of warmth, and it is built up of resilience. Studies show that our connection with others contributes to the overall success more than anything else. People followed Mahatma Gandhi because of his awareness of the people's problem. His connection with the people. He was able to touch base with the masses who have never met him or never seen him. Warmth. Warmth boosts likability. Warmth brings in trust. Trust makes things move fast. Warmth boosts likability of a person. Resilience. Daniel Kahneman found that people normally prefer to work with someone they like. Some students like certain teachers. They are good in those subjects. Some in politics also we have the groups because of this willingness to work with someone they like. Not everybody likes everybody. The emotional intelligence tells us that we need to learn skills and cultivate our habits and behavior in such a fashion that we are able to understand the emotions and feelings of others and bring them over to our side by convincing them the need to work as a team. People prefer to work with someone they like, someone they trust. So as we come to the end of this short video on emotional intelligence, born extroverts, it goes without saying, they have an edge on emotional intelligence. They are more emotionally intelligent. Some people are more cognitively intelligent. Now, emotional intelligence is not something that is a blue moon. Emotional intelligence consists of trustworthiness, reliability, persistence. All these can be learned. These are the skills that we can train ourselves on. Listening, the paramount skill of consciousness. Listening is a paramount skill of conscientiousness. What our conscience says and how much we remember that and recall that in our everyday action, how much mindful we are, all this can happen if we are willing to listen. Listen not only to the words but to the thoughts. Listen to the body language. Listen to the emotions and feelings that the other person is trying to communicate by what he says. The feelings and emotions that comes out in their body language. If we are able to listen, if we are able to monitor that, if we are able to channel it properly, if you are able to influence and persuade and lead them, as a team, we can achieve everything under the sky. It turns out that who you are as a person is more important rather than what you know. What you know, what you do is less important compared to who you are as a person and how you interact with other human beings. So when deciding what to teach students, when deciding how to train employees, what is more important is not to develop their cognitive intelligence more, but to develop the emotional intelligence at least to the bare minimum level so that there are lesser conflicts in the teams As a team, we are more productive, and as a community, we are more successful. Thanks for watching this video. We shall meet again in another session.